Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another talk show with Mickey. I've got Isuru Yapa here, our registered migration agent and the director of Sirus Migration. So today I've requested Isuru to join me to give you a little bit of an idea how this course that we're discussing about Advanced Diploma of Civil Construction Design could lead to a PR pathway. So Isuru is going to help us today.
Absolutely. I'm happy to share as much knowledge as possible. I think it's a growing topic, and this is one of the top end courses in town at the moment. Everywhere in Australia, a lot of people ask for different reasons, and people get to know it in later stages. I think it's a good course to know, and I think it's one of those courses that you would appreciate more if you know more about what outcomes can it give you, offer you.
Absolutely. So we will discuss this course in detail. So I'd like to show you a promo brochure that we have just recently received from an institution. So how you can enroll into a civil engineering draftsperson course. The course itself is called an Advanced Diploma of Civil Construction Design. So when we talk about this course, obviously students who have just recently arrived in Australia and are on a student visa, it's a different option for them. They have to complete this course in 92 weeks minimum period, or you can fast track your duration of the course and finish it faster in 44 weeks with this Advanced Diploma of Civil Construction Design, and still get a skills assessment done from Engineers Australia as long as you've got a 6 each in IELTS. So the conditions are that if you want to do the course on a faster pace, you must be referred to as a domestic student, not an international student. So who are domestic students in Australia? You could be a non-Australian citizen, but you still could be a domestic student.
For the purpose of the enrollment.
Yes. So domestic students are those students who are either on their 485 visa, a temporary visa, a bridging visa A. For example, could you think of any other examples?
If you're a dependent of a 188A visa, 482 visa, 494 visa, 186 is a permanent visa. So,
right.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to the main screen now and discuss about the course. So
pretty much if you're in Australia with carrying the work, studying rights, domestic student is, if you're in Australia carrying the study rights, and not governed by 500 visa. So if you're not, a primary reason for you to be in Australia is not to study, but you're a dependent with work rights.
Or a bridging visa A or a 485 visa, for example. So you got
Exactly.
full-time work rights. So you are classified as a domestic student for the purpose of study in Australia.
Yeah.
So if you are a dependent or 485 visa holder or bridging visa holder, you can definitely fast pace your course. You don't have to spend 2 years to do this course. You can fast pace it in 42 to 44 weeks.
Depending how fast you can submit your assignments and
Absolutely.
how good you understand the subject, and you probably will be one of those who's already have previous experience in this subject.
Yeah.
So you might have been a civil, like for an example with this this course itself, you might have been working in civil drafting or surveyor drafting for a long time, and now you got a basic understanding about the subject, so you can fast track it. You can study quickly. As long as you can study that fast, then yeah, you can complete it in.
So guys, this course, Advanced Diploma of Civil Construction Design, is an AQF level 6 course because it's an advanced diploma. It's not a diploma. There is a diploma of civil construction design as well, but the minimum requirement of Engineers Australia for doing a skill assessment is an advanced diploma level course. It has to be CRICOS registered for a minimum period of 92 weeks, and you will get a skill assessment by getting 6 each in your IELTS or PTE score. It does not require any work experience post-qualification to get a skills assessment, nor does it require a CDR report. You can get a skill assessment as soon as you complete your course. You submit your documents with Engineers Australia and you should be good to go with a skill assessment. What are the benefits of getting a skill assessment? Obviously, we're going to discuss this with Isuru Yapa what are the options post this qualification once you have attained this qualification. So this course, if you are doing as an international student, it will be 92 weeks, and the course cost is approximately $20,000 for the full course duration, which is 2 years. On a fast track or a fast paced base, if you want to complete it in a shorter duration of time, you'll be looking at spending about $12,400, and the skill assessment process is the same for both the cases. And next we'll discuss about the options. What are the options? How can this course progress to a permanent pathway, Isuru?
Okay, good question. Actually, this is a very good question that you raised up, but the answer can be starting from many different places as well. To start with, the topic, I think we should consider the main part of this is the skills assessment. So when you apply for a skills visa or certain other work visa, you're required to have a skills assessment with you, together with other mandatory requirements. So if you were to apply for skill visa 189, 190, 491, 491 small business owner, one of the mandatory requirement for this, and this is general skill migration, that majority of the students seeking to migrate to Australia after your education and you're skilling yourself in Australia. So the protocol for this application is, one, you need to be under 45 years of age. You need to at least have minimum of competent English, which is IELTS 6 in each band, and it can be general, or PTE 15 in each band. And that's one of the requirements. And then you also need to have a skills assessment. So getting a skill assessment also is a very important part. The normal pathway to get a skills assessment is you complete your qualification and work in the industry for at least 1 year. So if you're a cook, you go a cook, or a trade qualification, you go through a JRP program, job ready program, where with TRA being the assessing body, where they register your employer for a year and they monitor your progress and etc. Or if you're a professional like an accountant or IT professional, certain engineers, nurses, not nurses, certain categories, you need to demonstrate that you have worked after your qualification for at least 1 year. So what's good with certain other courses like civil engineering draft person, telecommunication technician, and few other courses like this, like masters in social work. With these courses, they have an internally built portion of your work experience, so you can get a skills assessment without completing your 1 year work experience. So this can benefit a lot of people. As soon as you complete your course, you can then get your completion letter and apply for your skills assessment. That saves you time, money, and also get you the eligibility to be in the nomination process straight away. Who can benefit this the most? Some of the clients, when we talk to them, we can see that they have clearly completed their course. One of the main experience we have is, let's pick accounting. You have completed your accounting. You're sitting at 60 to 70 points. Currently having difficulties. You're in the final half of your 485 visa.
In the expiry range.
So once you get into your post-study work visa or a temporary residence visa or 485 visa, you never get an opportunity to go in that visa again. So you cannot study another course which leads you to work in Australia for a year, to get that work experience, to get the skills assessment. So changing the occupation can be a very tough deal. Why these courses are important? If you were to get this civil engineering draft person or any of these categorized courses in this stream, you can then apply for your 485 visa, or you then get your skills assessment without going through a work experience period of 1 year. Then you can be in one of those visas. So if you were required to do a skill assessment through for your 482 visa, which is the work visa, you can do that as well. And that gives you a lot of other options in further migration.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Isuru. And
You're welcome.
I would like to touch base on the kind of job opportunities that are available in Australia in regards to this course. So don't trust me, don't trust Isuru, trust yourself. Just go on to seek.com.au and type the word draft person and see how many results do you get, how many states are actually offering these jobs, and look for the regions that these jobs are available for you if you've got experience. If you don't have experience and you study this course, obviously you gain experience by qualification, and then you go try an internship for a couple of months, and there's multiple job opportunities available with this course. And if you have a job in hand with a qualification, what are the chances of them securing a permanent visa, Isuru, do you think?
If you were to have a job opportunity, chances are quite vague, quite wide.
Yeah.
So depending on your circumstances, there could be work visa options, and also general skill migration option. And also, for an example, we discuss about how important it is for you to get one of these courses and a skill assessment right at the end of your 485. What if you were running out of your age limits as well? If you're close to your 40s, 45, and then you might not have any options. Like right now, Queensland is a very good place in this regard, because Queensland's got a really solid 491 small business owner category where you can bet your money on that you will, as long as you hit your basic requirement, you can almost guarantee you will get a invitation. So if you get a proper advice from a migration agent, they will tell you, if you were to get minimum of 50 points by yourself, which can be age, if you're between 25 and 32, you get 30 points for your age only. Studying in Australia, you get 10 points for your advanced diploma course, and 5 for studying in Australia. If you get 7 in IELTS, or if you got a partner who can contribute, or if you're single, you get 10 points. So
50.
If you're single, 30, studied an advanced diploma, 2 years in Australia,
15.
You got 50 plus points.
Yeah.
So you get 15 there. And if you were to, there are 2 streams of 491 small business owner in Australia at the moment. One, you can go and buy a business for $100,000 in a regional area, operate it for 6 months, have at least 2
BAS statements.
Two BAS statements, 2 permanent, or 1 full-time permanent resident or citizen working in the business for 6 months, and you can apply for 491 stream 1 category, buying a business which is at least 2 years old, by spending at least $100,000. And why this civil is another good one, it allows you to, civil engineering draft person, the advanced diploma, it allows you to also use your 482 to the full extent. So if you were to get a skills assessment straight away, without working in a field, if you're an entrepreneur or business-minded person who's willing to go into the market and start up a business, excuse me, it also allows you to go and open up a business, operate it for 2 years. If you start up without spending $100,000, start up your own business for 2 years. After the second year, as long as you make $200,000 turnover with at least $1 profit, you can also get yourself nominated for 491 small business owner. So, without depending on someone else,
yeah.
I always believe on myself. So if you have the capacity that you can do it yourself, there we go. You got another option as well. So it's with migration or permanent residency pathway, this course I think is one of the good pathways.
Thank you very much, Isuru.
Excuse
And, before we wind up, I'd like to add to the students who have recently arrived in Australia. I've been getting a lot of calls for students who have come into different courses into Australia and inquiring about this course, if they can transfer into this course and look for a better PR option than what course they've primarily come into Australia. So yes, you can. If you are onshore, you can enroll into this course. There are conditions perhaps that apply, and your circumstances are different, obviously. If you are offshore and you have got relevant experience or relevant study, or if you just graduated your high school, then obviously there's no condition which pathway you want to take. You can take either of the pathway. You don't have to have physics, chemistry and maths to join this pathway of advanced diploma of civil construction design. You can just apply and see if you get accepted. We can easily apply for a student visa for you from offshore as well. If you are in Australia, recently arrived, and you have spent some time in Australia, maybe 6 months, and then you can definitely change your course into an advanced diploma course as a primary course or a secondary course. But just be careful. If you are a student who's holding a COE of diploma leading to a bachelor, there are conditions applicable on your COE, and your visa conditions could be breached changing into one of those courses. Consult with your migration or education agent. If you are a diploma only holder COE, then obviously you can change straight away after 6 months. Or if you are holding a bachelor's COE, then obviously yes, you might be able to change your course in 6 months. But if you are on a master degree, if you're studying a master's in Australia and you want to study an advanced diploma level course, then you might want to give us a call or call your education or migration agent and have a consultation about the pathways that you have to follow. There might be options of putting another visa application to the department that you wish to change your course to a different AQF level, or there might be alternate options like compelling and compassionate grounds, where you have come into a course which is not the kind of course you wanted to study, or you're having difficulties, or there could be many other reasons. But don't just jump into calling a college or an institution and say, hey, I've heard that this course is in the PR list and I want to join this course, without checking your current visa circumstances. What are the restrictions on your visa, what are the conditions, and whether you can change this course or not. Always have a fair consultation with an experienced education or migration agent before making such a decision. That's why we
You
are
might
here.
want to touch base, Mickey, with the actual inclusions in this. Like the other day, I had a look through the course content.
Yes.
Because sometimes clients are scared when you see the word civil engineering. Some people don't like the maths part. Or
I know.
people,
It's a very, very simple course. I have actually looked into every unit code of this course myself, and you won't believe that out of the 12 unit codes that are in this course, 7 units are actually business units. So they teach you how to manage a business, how to plan different things, how to be a leader, how to develop your business if you're in your own business. And there's only 5 units that you need to be taking care of, the core units, which are about civil construction design. And it's not deep hardcore engineering units. They're just about how you draw architectural designs or civil designs. It's basically about a software which is CAD. CAD software.
AutoCAD.
Yeah, AutoCAD, that everybody in your home country as well, they must be using. Or if you have used it in the past, you would know that it's about 3D drawings, and they teach you how to use AutoCAD and how to draw different graphs and plans of houses, bridges, buildings. So it's a very interesting course and has got an excellent outcome, and it is a career which you can pursue. You can also lead this course in the future for a bachelor's of civil engineering or maybe a bachelor's of architectural design as well. With QET has got this course of bachelor's of architecture, and Bond University and Bachelors of Civil Engineering is most of the universities in Queensland and Victoria and New South Wales. There's multiple options available.
If you wanted to further develop your career.
Further develop your career. So if you don't want to stick yourself to a draft person, you want to become an architect or you want to become a civil engineer, you have a pathway, and it's a great pathway.
Also, civil engineering draft person as an occupation, it's sitting in medium to long-term occupation list. With 2 years experience in drafting industry, you can go through to 482 employee-nominated visa if an employer is willing to sponsor you, and if you had, that can be during, before, or after your course. So if you're a civil draft person already without a qualification, this could be you who could develop this to go into the next level. You could then come study, find an employer, because as Mickey said, there's a big demand in industry for this occupation, and find an employer yourself, or else if you have completed the course, develop 3 years of work experience, you can go to permanent residency through 186 direct entry stream, as long as you again have an employer who's willing to nominate you as an employee. So
there's heaps of jobs available. Just search on the web and you will find it for yourself. You don't have to.
I haven't done
anyone.
it, so trust
multiple,
Mickey on this.
Multiple. Don't even trust me. Don't
just
trust
go
me. Go and search. Go and search and find out what kind of job it is, and is it available in Australia, and how many employers are actually looking to fill in these positions for draft person, civil draft person. And every state in Australia, I can guarantee, would have multiple job opportunities. But whatever you're doing, if you are on your pathway and you want to get suggestion or consultation regarding your pathway about what you are doing, and maybe there's another option available for your pathway, always get in contact with Sirus Migration, and we're more than happy to help you and book a consultation with myself or Isuru Yapa for your migration pathways. And if you've not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that now so you don't miss any updates of future pathway options, and like us on the Facebook page, and keep loving us like the way you do.
Next coming couple of weeks going to be interesting to people who's looking into 189, 190, 491 visas, as well as business visas where states are nominating you or the federal government is nominating you for 189 general skill migration categories. So we'll be releasing a lot of information in coming weeks. So it's as Mickey said, if you were to subscribe to our channel, you'll be the first one to know as soon as we go on live, because we would always like to go on live and push it out as soon as possible, as soon as it's officially been published. So hit that subscribe button and the like button, so you'll be notified as soon as we release some of this information. And then thank you again for joining.
Thank you very much, guys, for joining us today, and we'll be back again with more news and updates for you with Sirus Migration. Keep in touch, stay safe, and we'll see you back after the Echo holiday.
See you then.